Okay, folks, now for our feature presentation. Yes, it is the AT&T, the Verizon, and yes, indeed, the Sprint iPhone 4S head to head to head. We're going to really show you what these phones are working with here in this video as far as speed is concerned. To make this fair, I'm going to make it everybody on the same level. We're going to go ahead and get in here and clear all the history, all the cookies. We're going to close out all of the apps that are currently running. So right now, let's just go ahead and clear the history on each of these phones. That shouldn't take too long. All right, clear cookies. Bam, bam, and bam. So all the history, all the cookies are cleared. So let's go back to our home screen on each of these iPhones and open up our app switcher and just close out of any apps that are currently running. Like I said, I want to make sure that everybody's on the same level, on the same page. So let's close out all the apps here. And then we'll close the settings app here and close it here and the phone app. Now we should be good to go with regard to making sure everyone is on the same page. So now we have our Safari browser open. I'm going to speed things up a bit, so I'm going to type these URLs in here so you don't have to wait and watch the boring stuff here. Let's just get through this. I'm going to type idownloadblog.com in all three of these, and then we're just going to hit go. You can see iDownloadBlog on each one. So all the same site, and then we're going to hit go all at the same time. I'm going to try to time this just right. All right, so here we go. Alrighty, so they're all taken off. Verizon is in the lead so far, then AT&T not far behind that. Verizon's done. Wow. AT&T is creeping. Sprint is definitely creeping. AT&T is almost done. There we go. AT&T is finished. Now Sprint. You're disappointing me, Sprint. You're slowing me down, Sprint. Okay, now we at least have the page open. It's still loading. It's still loading. Wow. Okay. Anybody want a sandwich? Just kidding. Okay, now Sprint is complete. Wow. So Verizon was very, very fast. Surprisingly faster than even AT&T in this test. Now let's load the Siri video. Oops, kind of missed Verizon a little bit, but it'll catch up, I'm sure of it. All right, so AT&T is... All right, Verizon and AT&T got done at the same time. Now Sprint is still... Sprint. You're letting me down. AT&T and Verizon got done about the same time, and Sprint is still... Yes, it's still loading right now. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Okay, Sprint is finally complete. Let's go down here and try to load these YouTube videos. Let's do it. There we go. Oops, miss Sprint. I don't think it'll matter much anyway. Okay, so now all of them are loading. Let's see who loads the video first. Let's watch Verizon closely. All right, Verizon has loaded so far. It hasn't played yet, but at least is at the black screen. Now Verizon has started playing. Sprint actually is at the black screen now, and now AT&T. Sprint started playing, and AT&T is kind of lagging behind there. Now AT&T is starting to play. You can see Verizon's kind of lagging there. You can see the stuttering. Let's check the buffering though. Let's see. Well, first of all, let's check the buffering. Looks like AT&T has buffered the most. So AT&T was kind of in the lead there at the end. Now let's load up the regular theme for iDownloadBlog all at the same time here. This is the desktop theme for IDB. So loading that up, and Verizon as usual, and AT&T not far behind. Okay, Verizon and AT&T. Sprint is still loading. Okay, Sprint is finally at the page at least. All right. Okay, Verizon's finished. AT&T's finished, and Sprint once again comes up last. Wow. Well, AT&T looks like it's still loading actually a little bit. I still see the 3G little loading icon spinning, but at least the loading bar in Safari itself is done. Sprint, though, there's no question that it is the slowest by far. Far and away the slowest. Okay, so now let's do something interesting. Let's try to... I'm downloading the speed test app right now, and it is, again, super slow on Sprint. Verizon is loading fairly fast, not too fast. And AT&T is already loaded. I already had this on there earlier. AT&T is much faster for the download. All right, cancel. All right, so let's run this test all at one time. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. All right, so now we're beginning the speed test, and this will test our ping, our download, and our upload speed. So ping for Verizon is 95, Sprint is 108, and for AT&T is 117, and the download speeds are still going here. Let's see. It looks like AT&T is far and away the fastest download. By far, it's 0.65 megabits per second. It is the fastest, followed by Verizon at 0.26 and lowly Sprint at 0.16. Then we're doing the upload. Verizon has a pretty good upload, looks like 0.87 upload, followed by AT&T at 0.67, followed by Sprint at 0.34. Wow. So what do we learn from all of this? Well, obviously this is not a scientific test by any means, but you do get a good idea of what to expect with any of the three networks. By far, Sprint is the slowest 3G network you're going to have with the iPhone. I mean, there's no question about that. AT&T and Verizon, it's kind of a toss-up. AT&T touts that they have a faster 3G network, and while that is certainly true, as you saw from the downloads, it kind of varies a little bit when you're browsing the web, as we saw in our testing with Safari. So who is your provider? Is your provider Verizon, Sprint, or AT&T? And are you seeing results similar to these? I'm very interested to hear your feedback. This was real fun. I had fun testing all these devices head to head. Let me know what you think in the comment section, folks. This is Jeff with iDownload Blog.